Welcome to question and answer session 8. Today is 18th February 2024. I am Pratap here. So there are few questions are having dependency to explain with the help of the PowerPoint presentation. First, let me complete those questions and then let us look into the remaining questions in an order from our YouTube channel. The first question in this presentation, trying trader. Sir, I have a generic question, not directly regarding to this particular session of the course. I watch all our demand and supply course videos for multiple times, around 8 to 10 times each video. This particular video I watched around 15 to 18 times, and then I understood most of the concept till I get real clarity. My question is, am I slow learner? Because I need to watch the videos, make notes, repeat, and repeat for so many times until I understand them. Is there any way that I can watch the video for 1 or 2 times and learn the concept early so that I could finish the entire course soon? Any guidance is appreciated. See, I remember you because you've been asking several questions for the last 1 week or 1.5 weeks, or maybe 2 weeks. Last time, when you interacted with me for about 10 days or 12 days before, you were in the chapter trend. I think probably it is chapter 7 if I am not wrong. So after that, you have completed a phase 1 training program, that is chapter 10. Now currently, this question you asked in chapter 12. So that means you have completed phase 1 and immediately you jumped into phase 2 training program. Do we get any problem if you jump like that? To make you understand and make you get clarity why you are taking more and more time. So let me give you one real life example, you will get clarity. Just assume you went to a restaurant and you ordered a jumbo thali. So this is what you got. And you want to eat the entire food. And you also kept your time limit. Maybe in next half an hour you want to finish this entire food. This is what your goal. And moreover, you came to this restaurant because you are having a feedback that the quality of the food in this restaurant is excellent or maybe extraordinary. That is the reason why you have chosen this restaurant, and you want to eat more food and also you want to eat quickly. So you have completed half of the food. You enjoyed, and you enjoyed the quality of the food and the taste, everything you enjoyed. Now your stomach is not supporting you to take more food. But what is your goal? You want to complete this entire food. Because your stomach is not supporting you, now your intake is slowed down. That means you are taking more time than what you are expected. Because your stomach is almost full, whatever the remaining food, you are not able to assess the quality of that food. You are not able to assess the taste of the food. That means maybe because you are not in a position to digest. So now you realized, what you realized? The food taste is not up to your expectation now. You didn't realize your stomach is full. But what you realized is, you are not able to sense the taste. So it's not meeting your expectation. You didn't realize your stomach is full. But what you realized, it is taking more time to eat than what you are expecting. Now you call the chef and asked the chef, can you prepare a food that should be very tasty? And the next 5 minutes, I want to finish that entire food. Exactly the same way. Your question also, I felt the same way. Do you know what I did when I started this course? I think in the month of November. Every week, I used to release 2 or 3 videos, or sometimes even 4 videos, but not 7 videos in a week. By the time we reached chapter 5 or 6, after that, I have further slowed down releasing the videos. Probably people used to get, our subscribers used to get hardly 2 videos or maximum 3 videos in a week. Because I know by the time they completed the chapter 4 or 5, their intake is full. That means whatever the knowledge they gained so far in their brain, definitely it won't be able to receive. They need some time. Meanwhile, what they do? Probably they refresh the concepts earlier. This was my intention. But most of the people, they followed the videos. Even many comments also they put release more and more videos. Generally, when people ask release more and more videos, once they get complete comfortness. But still, I know what is the phase I should continue for releasing these videos, because I have seen several people how they suffered after learning demand and supply zone. Everybody liked this course, not my course. I'm talking about demand and supply zone courses outside what people are offering. Most of the people, how they are attending Saturday, Sunday during weekends continuously, 3 weekends or 4 weekends continuously they attend, they finish the course. It's not that how much we completed, it's that how well we understood. Not only the theory, even the practicals in the real market, how we are able to apply our concepts. But finally, I have seen people who completed learn the course within 3-4 weekends, from morning to evening, Saturday morning to evening, Sunday morning to evening, like that continuously, 3 weeks or 4 weeks. They attended the courses. Even after 3 years, they struggled in understanding the concepts practically. They were able to draw the zones, but practically, decision making for assessing or calculating the perfect rates, people struggled. Even today, some of the subscribers, I'm sure, some of the subscribers in our channel also, probably they will be having more than 3 to 4 years of experience. Some people interacted with me also earlier. They said they've been into the supply demand zone for the last 6 or 7 years. And they felt very proud the moment when they told me they are already having 7 years experience. But the moment they started attending this course, in the third video, they have written a comment. I think second video or third video, one of the videos, they have written the comment. They spent huge amount of money earlier. Now they are realizing they wasted their money, because they have seen something different, something more practical way in this training program. Maybe some new things are there, that way they felt. But what I am trying to say is, it's about our learning curve. The phase at which you are learning, or the time you are giving between the lessons, the gap you are giving, because you need to digest whatever, because your mind has to feel fresh the moment you are get into the next chapter. So that is the reason why after the first phase of the training program, I have given 1 month break before we start second phase of the training program. And during that 1 month, I have given an exercise to them. The exercise is whatever they learned during the first phase of the training program, they have to practice in the real-time markets, but they should not take any real trades, but they have to do only paper trading. And they have to practice 1 month. Meanwhile, during the practice, whatever the doubts they are having, they can ask the questions. I am in a position to support them. Probably that is the one important feedback you missed it. Actually, I explained probably in one of the practical lessons or lesson 10. I didn't remember. Maybe either in lesson 9 or lesson 10. One of the videos clearly I told. Next 1 month, you guys should practice. I have given 3 to 4 weeks time. At least you would have spent 2 weeks time, minimum at least 2 weeks time, before you get into phase 2 training program. You would have drawn a lot of zones, you would have seen, you would have done some paper trading. You might have experienced where you are going to get success, where you are going to fail. Here is not question about the where you got the success or where you get the failure. Here the question is about how much comfortness you got during this 2 weeks time period or 3 weeks time period before you get into the second phase of the training program. With that exposure, if you would have get into the second phase of the training program, this question you asked in lesson 12, definitely you would have felt some comfort. You would not have repeated 15 to 18 times. Maybe you would have repeated maybe 3 or 4 times. Because sometimes you need to learn multiple times to understand the concepts in a perfect way. There are people who understood these concepts in one attempt itself. The reason is their prior experience is different. They are already into the market probably. They already learned other technical analysis concepts. They might be having good exposure. Even though they are learning supply and demand zones, probably they already might be having some idea about time frames and all earlier. So within one attempt, they would have understood. Maybe when it comes to your case, when you are taking more time, probably you are learning everything from the scratch. That is what I am assuming. I don't know. Maybe my assumption could be wrong. The reason why I am assuming, because you are repeating 15 to 18 times, the reason one reason could be your mind did not accept to digest whatever the concepts you learned from the earlier lessons. And what I clearly understood, you didn't have enough time to practice on the real market, especially doing paper trade, not looking into the next chapters, giving a complete break after lesson 10. And trying to apply your concepts and practicing, looking into the more charts, more and more charts, more and more and more and more charts. If you would have done that, definitely you would have felt comfort at the time when you are learning second phase of the training program. And this question is not only for you. Probably there are many new members joined recently at our channel, especially last 1 month time period. All those members, they already got access immediately after completing the first phase of the training. They got immediate access to even second phase of the training videos. But first time when I started this training initiative, after completing lesson 10, till the next 1 month, they didn't get access to second phase of the training program. That's why they got enough time to practice. But you guys are ignoring that advice. When you ignore that advice, see here the last statement what you clearly said. See, I want to learn the concepts early so that I could finish the entire course soon. That's a very dangerous statement. People, maybe you can finish the course soon, but next 3 years or 4 years, do you want to struggle? Instead of that, struggle for the next 2 to 3 months' time. Get the perfection. And after that, enjoy getting profits from the markets for the remaining next 2.5 years. Which one is the best option? I have witnessed so many demand and supply zone traders. They finished their courses, supply demand zone courses from 3 years back. Even today they are struggling. They need somebody's guidance to find a trade. But I don't want that to happen to you guys. Why I am not drawing the zones and showing you every time when I release the reports? The reason is I am expecting you people should struggle. You should draw your zones. Our software is providing the results. But you have to draw everything on your own. You have to fine tune the zone. That is what I did in lesson 16. Lesson 16 is the top most important concept so far whatever you learned in your entire course. Zone confluence. There I explained in the practical session, that is lesson 16.2. I clearly explained about fine tuning the zone is very, very important. I have shown good number of examples there. Not only that, every day in daily high liquidity zone analysis, every day I have been teaching the same thing again and again. Every day I am teaching. For every high liquidity zones we are identifying, I am fine tuning from the daily time frame to 75 minutes, from 75 minutes to 15. Why I am showing everyday examples? At least you guys will learn something from that. Same concept you will apply to your WIT trades or your monthly income trades or maybe your yearly income trades. Also you can apply the same concept. So whatever is important, I am focusing more on that. And whatever I am expecting you people to struggle and learn. See, I repeat, I am expecting you people struggle and learn. There, I am not at all involving. I am only telling you, you should do that. You have to struggle. Without the struggle, how do you get the experience? With one time or two times, you repeat the video, and if you want to understand, you have to follow the instructions I have given earlier. Otherwise, how do you understand? Actually, whatever the lesson 12, definitely in one or two times if you repeat, you understand. There is nothing difficulty at all in that lesson. The reason why you are feeling difficulty, this is the reason. Whatever the example I have given, your mind is unable to digest whatever you have fed to your mind, your brain. It is expecting a break from you. It is an indication. It's not that you are a slow learner. Nobody is a slow learner or fast learner, according to me. Almost every human is having same kind of IQ levels and brain, storage capacities. Only our individual interest makes some difference, that's it. But you are showing a lot of interest, but still you are repeating so many times means you have already fed too much to your brain. It is unable to digest. That's why lesson 10, you should take a break. For 2-3 days, actually, you would have taken some rest, and then whatever you learn till lesson 11, you would have practiced it. See, I still remember previously you asked a question about zone strength. See how you forget? You thought a candle without follow through candle is not a tradable. That is what you thought. But actually, that is a tradable. Only zone strength is good instead of excellent. But still it is a tradable. What happens at the time when you learn, you feel like everything you will learn. But when you feed too much, you forget the things. That is what happens with anybody. Even I am not exceptional in that. You have to give some break some rest to your brain. Then you have to practice the concepts you learned. Why I focused on lesson 9.1, 9.2 till 9.4 about the exercises. It's not only exercises, new concepts also I explained. The reason why I explained some new concepts, I know some people, if we don't explain new things, they will ignore the exercises. Because I have seen people, Because I've been with uh, students for several years earlier, but related to software training, that is a different story. But at least I know the mindset of the people when they are learning any concept. When it comes to the people, most of the people will give least importance, but actually that is the one we have to give the most importance. Practically should be more important than the theory. Theory is only for reference purpose. But practicals is the one is going to give you the real experience. But many people ignore that, the practical sessions. Those people who are not ignoring the practical sessions, they are gaining good knowledge. But those people who completed the practical sessions and then they are practicing a lot, they are getting excellent knowledge. See the difference between a good knowledge and excellent knowledge. People who followed practical lessons, my practical lessons, maybe they get good knowledge. After completing the practical lessons, those who are practicing on the real market, practicing by analyzing more and more charts, they are getting excellent knowledge. And when it comes to you, the problem is you haven't given any rest to your brain. Continuously you keep learning everything, repeating first time, second time, 10 times. Repeating is not only the important thing, that is actually, it is an important, but that is not only the important. After that, practicing a lot is also important or is more important. So that's why give a break, take 1 or 2 days rest, then next 10 days or 15 days, at least 15 days, next minimum 10 days, I'm saying, you practice a lot on the live charts. Practice, practice, and practice. Even if you make mistakes, no issues at all. From there only you will be learning. Without mistakes, there won't be any learning. Only once you get into the live trading, at the time your mistakes should be reduced. But while doing paper trading, do more and more mistakes. That is what, from there, from your mistakes, you will be learning. That way you will get experience. Hope you understand the kind of mistake you made, or maybe currently, I don't know what exactly the other things are there in your mind. Why you want to feel hurry in completing the lessons. Especially your last statement in the statement. Learn the concepts easily and so that I could finish the entire course soon. You can't finish the entire course so soon because second phase of the training, another 2 more lessons are there. After that again, next third phase will be started. Maybe with a gap of 1 week. Again, your third phase of training will start. Again, strategies, advanced strategies, you will be learning. So by the time you have to practice a lot. Hope I gave the right answer for you. Maybe the answer I have given to you, you may like or you may not like, but this is only the best answer. Please remember. And never think you are a slow learner. Nobody is slow learner or fast learner. Everybody, if they show interest, they learn in the same way. There won't be any difference in the face. Only their interest, based on the interest levels only, you see the difference. But when you are a good learner, still you are struggling means you have to understand you have fed it too much to your brain. That is only the issue I am seeing. Now let me get into the next question. From the same guy, trying trader. You have asked 2 questions here. Question 1, at 14:05 in that video, 14:05 minutes, you identified that trend is up because of violation of 2 supply zones we have learned previously. Previously what I explained, if 2 zones are continuously violated, the trend will be changed. That means if your 2 supply zones are violated, first supply zone violation, maybe downtrend will be changed to sideways. Second supply zone violation, your sideways trend will be changed to uptrend. So that is what he also mentioned in his comment. So violation of 2 supply zones, as we have learned previously, that if it violates one zone, the trend changes to sideways. That is, earlier if downtrend, from downtrend it will changes to sideways. If it violates second zone, the sideways trend will change to uptrend. So my question is, should we identify trend by this method or by swing high low method where we have higher highs and higher lows? Earlier I told you both these methods are very important. First of all, first method is higher highs, higher lows, lower highs and lower lows. That method is the very important method, no doubt in that. Later on, supply demand zone concepts are arrived. After that, again it suggested trend calculations based on the zone violation. Because you are learning supply and demand zone, obviously you have to focus on zone violation. There is no doubt in that. You have to follow zone violation, because based on these zone violations, you will be learning some advanced concepts also during the third phase of the training program. Still, I am insisting all the members, apart from zone violation, you will also look into higher highs, higher lows, lower highs and lower lows. The reason why I am suggesting, sometimes you may see a difference between higher high, lower high or higher low, lower low based trend calculation and zone violation calculation. You might see some differences sometimes. Because of the way how they look into the price action, because of the price action, some differences. But imagine both your higher high, higher low based trend calculation, zone violation calculation, both are showing same trend. That means definitely that calculation is going to be perfect in that chart. Suppose you are seeing another chart, one is supporting sideways, but another one is currently supporting uptrend. Then which one you have to consider, for chart 1 or chart 2? You give obviously priority to the chart 1, because chart 1 both the trends are supporting uptrend, but here maybe one trend is supporting uptrend, another trend is not supporting downtrend, sideways. So when you have to choose one stock from both these stocks you analyzed, obviously you give highest priority to first chart, because both the calculations are showing the same result. Now you may ask another question. This is the advantage of knowing the skills on both. You may ask another question. Now I have only one chart I identified. In that chart, one is showing sideways and another one is showing uptrend. Which one I have to select? Because you have only one chart, you don't have any other options. Give importance to your zone violation, because you are doing all your analysis based on the supply demand zone price action. Because you are purely following supply and demand zone price action, give importance to zone violation in that chart. But when you have a choice, when you have multiple charts with you, out of these multiple charts, you have to take a buying decision, because all these charts are near the demand zone. Probably in all these zones, tomorrow you may get an entry. If that is the case, which one I have to give importance? In such kind of situation, whichever the chart, the trend is supporting, both the trends are supporting same trend, give priority to those stocks. That way, this is going to be useful to you. But you have no options, then obviously you give importance to zone violation. Whatever it is suggesting, give importance to that. Hope you got the clarity. And question 2, at 17:48, in this lesson 17:48 is the time interval in that video, we spotted a demand zone. What if we have spotted a supply zone here? That means in place of demand zone, supply zone here. What would change? Is it that if we found supply zone on the spot, we should then search for demand zone somewhere below, or should we look for another stock altogether? Okay, what I understood from this question, let me explain to you first. Whatever he is asking, from the current price, he wants to go below and find a demand zone. But instead of finding a demand zone, he found a supply zone. Now his question is, should I give importance to that stock and further look below the supply zone, is there any demand zone, and proceed with this? Or that is some kind of ambiguity situation, can I go to some other chart? That is what he asked. But remember, the point you have to understand, if the price reached to a current position, definitely it would have reached to the current position. That means I am talking about the prices moving up. It would have violated all the supply zones, and then only it would have reached the current position. That means whatever the supply zones you found below the current price, they all would have been violated already. That means whatever the supply zone you would have found, it would have been violated. You should not consider violated supply zones. I clearly told in lesson 4 or 5, I didn't remember exactly, one of those lessons I explained the pierced zones, tested zones, violated zones. Once a zone is violated, you have to remove the zone from the chart. There are no more valid zone. Below the current price, you may find more and more supply zones if you are further moving towards the downside. All the supply zones would have been violated. Then what will be active? Below the price, the demand zones will be active. Above the price, supply zones will be active. All the demand zones might have been violated when the price is moving from up to down. The existing demand zones would have been violated. They are no more valid once it is violated. And when prices are moving down, new supply zones will be created. They are all valid. But always what we do, from the current price, one supply zone above that or one supply zone below that, they are the nearest zones. But before the nearest demand, below the nearest demand zone, there might be some more demand zones still active, but not the supply zones. Supply zones are violated. But above the current price, there might be one nearest supply zone, and above that nearest supply zone, there might be so many active supply zones, but not nearest, because nearest already we found one supply zone. But above any demand zones are there, above the current price, already they all would have been violated. Once they are violated, you would have removed them from your chart. That is what you have to understand. But here one special situation is there. One special situation. Actually, I am considering this question as a good question because it reminds me to explain that special situation. Actually, I expected that you will learn that situation once you practice. Those who practiced, I would not have explained the special situation. You would have already realized. But those who are not practicing properly, definitely you might have missed the understanding that special situation. What is the special situation? Sometime the current price might be closed inside the demand zone or maybe inside the supply zone. Either way it may close, current price. I am showing you one example here. So this is the recent Nifty Bank. The last Friday, Bank Nifty closed inside the supply zone. What is the supply zone here? Rally candle, base candle and a drop candle. So we have a supply zone created. See the price? Price is closed inside the supply zone. So now you should not argue with me. Do we consider this or not? You have to consider. Again, you should not question me. You told me that above the current close you need to identify the nearest supply zone. Below the nearest current price you need to identify the supply zone. You should not argue with me. That is at the time, first time when you are learning, for easy way of identification, we will teach you some easy concepts. But these are the special situations. There are situations where this current price may close inside the existing supply zone. Then this supply zone is our nearest supply zone. If price is closed inside any existing supply zone, this is only our nearest supply zone. The one below whatever you are seeing, that is the nearest demand zone. What is the nearest demand zone? Here we have a rally, we have a base, actually 3 base candles. And then we have a rally. I think I have drawn this chart in a wrong way. Here we have a demand zone. Probably instead of drawing this, I have drawn here. Okay, anyway, see here. This is a drop, this is the base, this is the rally. Drop, base, rally, this is a demand zone. This is the nearest demand zone. Somehow ignored, instead of drawing this, I have drawn here. That's why only one candle I have drawn. If you want to consider this demand zone, we have a rally, 3 base candles and rally. Only one base candle is this one, drop candle, base candle and a rally candle. That way you can draw. This is the nearest demand zone, but okay, forget about this here nearest demand zone or nearest supply zone. That is not important. The most important thing is there are situations the current price might close inside a supply zone or even inside a demand zone. In this example, the current price is closed inside a supply zone. This is also possible. That's why while drawing the zones, generally just above this is there any supply zone or just below this any demand zone. Apart from considering these 2 steps, you should also look for, is my current price closed inside a demand zone or is my current price closed inside a supply zone? That point also you should consider. But once you get experience, you don't bother about all these rules. The moment you look into a chart, immediately, most of the times, your eyes will automatically trace the demand zones and supply zones. That kind of experience everybody will get. Every demand and supply zone trader will get. But how accurately your eyes are identifying, that is all depending on your experience and on how many charts you are practiced. All things will depend on that. That's why practicing on the live charts is very, very important. If you are in a position to trace the demand zones and supply zones immediately by looking to the charts easily, that means you are already got a good experience. That is an indication. Hope you got answer to your question. But I also tell you generally, below this price, if you identify any zones, mostly they would have been violated. Let me show you another example. Same chart, same bank nifty. See here, you have a drop, you have 3 base candles, you have a drop candle. Draw a supply zone here. See here, you have a drop, you have 3 base candles, you have a drop. Now price is above this supply zone. That means the supply zone is below the current price. What is the supply zone? It is a violated supply zone. Violated supply zones we should not keep on the charts. We have to remove them. That means you have to draw a chart something like this. The previously what you have drawn. Rally, base, drop. This is the way you have to draw the charts. But not in this way. This is a wrong way of drawing the charts. Always remember, mostly below the price, if you draw any supply zones, mostly they are violated. If they are not violated, that indicates your current price is there closed inside the zone. If it is not violated, means your current price is currently closed inside the zone. This is the point you have to understand. If your current price is not closed inside the zone, but below if you identified a supply zone, that is indicates that supply zone is already violated. See here, the supply zone is already violated. I clearly explained in the zone violation lesson in our phase 1 training. Once a zone is violated, it is no more valid and you have to delete that zone from your charts. That's why here we deleted the supply zone from the chart, and the one above one more supply zone, we have drawn that. And currently price is closed in that supply zone. Hope you got the clarity. Practice, practice, and practice. All these confusions will go away. You will get better understanding. That's why I'm suggesting you take a break after phase 1 training program and then start observing on the live market and do paper trading for the next 15 days. Then you continue with your second phase of the training program, once again starting from lesson 11 onwards. And the next question, PC Subudi. This is a question from PC Subudi. Sir, there is a supply zone at 21 June 23. 21 June 23. Isn't it the immediate supply zone before demand zone at 26 June 23? Thank you. Here I have to tell you one important point. If you write a question like this, where I have to refer? Okay, I can, because you have drawn this in a video. If I click, I will get into the video. Maybe the video could be a 10 minutes video or 15 minutes video, or sometimes it could be even 1 hour video. So to answer your question, I have to go through this entire video once again to find where exactly 21 June 23 is there. Not even you mentioned what is the name of the chart stock. That's why this is not only a question to Subidhi, this is also a question to, because previously also one more person also again asked me a question similar way. If you ask a question, I have to go through the entire video. If it is a 1 hour video, imagine. Just to understand your question, I have to go through repeat the entire video. First of all, I am not finding the time for recording the new videos for you every day. Most of my time is going for supporting your free services. Sometimes I am getting the question in my mind, why I am doing all these things? What is the benefit I am going to get? When you ask a question, you should help me. You should help me to save my time. You would have mentioned in which time interval. See, 15 minutes, 11. See, look into the previous question. How he mentioned at 14:05. You know what YouTube does when you mention time like this, 14:05. If I place my mouse, see, you are seeing the YouTube link. What YouTube will do exactly, it will open the video at 14:05 minutes. See here, next question, 17:48. If I click on this particular link, automatically YouTube will show me, take me to that video at 17:48, 17 minutes 48 seconds, location in that video. So it will save my time. I can understand your question. I can be in a position to support you immediately. And if you don't put the time interval, if you don't put the time interval, we call it as timestamp. If you don't put the timestamp, my time, my total time I have to spend for watching where exactly your question is there in that video. I have to repeat the whole video. If I don't find what I do, I just simply ignore your question. It is a loss to you. So that's why this is my request, not only to this person. I'm same request I'm sending. I'm mentioning this for all the members, because some other person again in the future may ask the similar way. They may ask the question. So always use a timestamp in the comment section when you refer any charts. If it is a general question, no issues. But especially when you are referring the chart, if you put a timestamp, I will understand immediately in which stock you are, which stock or which chart you are referring. So anyway, I have gone through the whole video and finally I identified you are asking about Nifty 50 in the year 21st June 2023 and 26th June 2023. This is a video from zone violation. not from the training sessions, from NeoStock terminology. So I have there in that video, I have published NeoStock report. In that report, how to understand the zone violation from that report that I explained. This is almost some 3 months back video. So this is what we have drawn. This is the old video, the old zone. And this is the one related to the 23rd, what is that? The 21st zone and the 26th zone. So this is the zone identified by the NeoStock software. Rally, base, drop. And also here is a demand zone, drop, base, rally. And next candle, the zone is violated. That way, this demand zone got this zone achievement. This is what I explained in this video. And the question from this subscriber is, already there is a rally candle, base candle, and a drop candle. And this zone is the nearest to this demand zone. That is what he asked. But actually, if you draw a zone, this is a rally base drop. If you draw a zone, see now here, look into the distal line of the zone at 26th zone. That is only asked, right? 26th zone. Yeah. Look into the distal line of the 26th zone and look into the distal line of maybe somewhere in April or somewhere we have drawn this. The April zone. See which is the nearest to the demand zone. The old one is nearest to the demand zone. The new zone is completely inside. So this is an LOTL concept. And moreover, I didn't consider the inner one is a valid zone. Let me zoom, you will understand. See the next image. You have a rally base drop, you are saying, right? But I am not considering this as a drop candle. I am considering this as a medium size leg candle. Maybe some more length would have been there to consider this as a leg out. At least, see here, the drop candle here. At least this much length is there. I would have considered this as a supply zone. Because this is a medium size candle, I haven't given. You may say there is a follow through candle is there. So why can't we consider rally based drop? Generally, this is taking deviations from our rules and identifying the zones. You have a medium size leg candle, but after that another candle is also there. Before that there is a base is there. Before that there is a leg-in is there. So what we do, we compromise from our fundamental concepts and we draw the zones. But actually compromising and drawing zones on higher time frames is dangerous. Generally, you have seen in daily high liquidity zone analysis in many videos, I have compromised and drawn the zones, but I compromised only at 5-minute zones or 15-minute zones, not on daily zones, weekly zones. Because in 15-minute zones and 5-minute zones, why we are compromising? Because sometimes we compromise. Mostly we can find a real order flow there. But when you identify a daily zone, the entire daily zone is not the real order flow. Inside the daily, some places the order flows will be there. That's why we fine tune the zone. That is what I explained in lesson 16. Fine tuning the zone concept. Especially lesson 16 practical concept. Fine tuning the zone at 5 minutes level, 15 minutes level, we get a chance to identify the real order flow. That's why sometimes we compromise even though it is not a great leg out. That's why always I used to say when I am fine tuning in daily high liquidity zones at 5 minutes level or 15 minutes level, this is not a great leg out. But still I am considering this zone because there is a follow through candle. Because 5 minutes, 15 minutes, there are short intervals. If you would have combined that to both these candles, if it is a 5 minutes, it is equivalent to 10 minutes candle. So that's why definitely the order flow is supported here. But if you cannot, if you combine 2 daily candles, it is like 2-day candle. If you combine 2 weekly candles, it is like 2 weeks candles. So quite dangerous in identifying the zones in an inaccurate way. I would not say inaccurate way, compromising and drawing the zones. Sometimes some rules you compromise and you draw the zones. So remember, I always compromise only in 5 minutes and 15 minutes areas, but not daily and above. 75 also, rarely I compromise, but many times I don't compromise. Rarely. That too, I do a lot of other observations also I make from my experience. So that's why, according to me, this is not a valid supply zone, because this candle is, I am not considering as a leg out candle. I am considering this as a medium size leg candle. So for me, it is not a supply zone. Same thing our software also does. Our software also did not consider this zone, because the conditions defined in the software did not recognize this as a leg out candle. That's it. Hope you got the clarity. But your question is not about even if it is a valid leg out. Let us assume still this zone is inside this zone. That's why the nearest one is not the zone on 26th zone. Hope you got the clarity. See, the distal line is closed inside this zone. This is the one from April. So this zone is from April. Hope I answered this question, your question. Hope you got the clarity. Now let us look into the other questions on our YouTube channel. Oh, 27 minutes back. Muhammad Hussain, he commented, hi, please confirm if these lists are valid for only next trading session. Yes, that is what I told. All high liquidity zones are valid only for next trading session. I'm talking about high liquidity zones. And the remaining zones, if you want to plan your trades according to demand and supply zone, based on the trend, based on the price action, and based on the other parameters, everything you consider, and you want to take a trade purely based on your supply demand zone, bullish trade setup or bearish trade setup related rules, and if you want to plan a trade, then those zones will be valid for even for next few days also. Until you get a trade in that particular zone, those zones will be valid. But high liquidity zones, what we are doing, we are ignoring the trend, you are ignoring the price action, price direction. Even you are ignoring the other things like how good the quality of the zone based on zone strength or based on the other factors, what you have learned. Many things we are ignoring. And then we are identifying. Few things you are not ignoring, like the base candles in the zone you have given. It should not be more than 6. That you are strictly following for high liquidity zones. That way only we are identifying the zone will be violated or not. Because we are ignoring some important rules and blindly we are taking a trade by fine tuning. The only technique we are using is fine tuning. While fine tune, at 5 minutes fine tuned zone is a good quality, and that should be inside a fine tuned 15 minute zone. That should be inside a fine tuned 75 minute zone. That should be inside a daily high liquidity zone. That way when you fine tune and your 5 minutes quality is good, and you are ignoring the trend, you are ignoring the price direction and other parameters, and you are planning a trade, such kind of trade is only valid till next day only. Because based on the volatility conditions of the today's data, say maybe today is a holiday, but Friday is the last trading day. Based on the Friday's volatility related conditions, our algorithm is considered, and finally it listed the zones. Because it listed the zones based on the recent days volatility conditions, and those volatility conditions drastically may not be changed in the next trading day. That's why our high liquidity zone supports. When you are delaying more and more days, the high liquidity zones probably might fail. I'm not saying they will fail. They might fail, some zones. So I don't want you people get into that situation. That's why I strictly defined a rule. All the high liquidity zones generated in today's report are valid only in the next trading day. After that, there is no guarantee. But still, some zones will work. I'm not saying they don't work, they will work. But I am not giving guarantee. But if you have some experience, good exposure already in the, maybe you can predict in an intelligent way. Maybe yesterday's also maybe works on tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Some zones you may predict at least. Previously, I did in the month of December and November. Those time volatility in the market is very low volatility in the market. We didn't get enough trades. That's why I picked a few stocks from the previous days, even though they are not valid for today's trading. That way we got successful trades. Because I'm having that level of exposure, I did that. But you people are learning the concepts. That's why I don't want you people to take any risk on that. Hope you got clarity, right? And next question. MSS said thanks. Okay, thank you, MSS. And next question, Jai Kishan. Nice explanation, enjoying each and every chapter of the course. This is lesson 17.4, price overextended. Thank you, Jai Kishan. All your appreciations always, they will further give energy to me. Thanks for your appreciation. And next question, sir, how to identify high liquidity zone without any software? See, this is a repeat question. I already answered this question in one of the earlier Q&A sessions. One request to all you people, before you ask any questions, I request you once you go through previous Q&As. In every Q&A, all the Q&As I kept in a playlist. There is a Q&A playlist is there. Go to the playlist. You need not go through all the entire video. Go to the video, go to the description in the video. In the description, all the questions asked or all the questions I am addressing in that video, I kept them. Only whatever you are giving appreciations, maybe I am not adding them, but whatever the questions I am answering, all those questions I am giving the list in that video description. So that way you can get that question. You can, if you observe any question, then immediately go through and listen that video. You will get answer to that. See, same question. If people keep on asking me, how much time I have to spend on answering same again and again. That is one reason why I have started this Q&A. Anybody, before you ask any question, first go to the previous Q&A sessions. If your question is not there in that Q&A sessions, then you can ask the question. Then it will be useful to you and also it will be useful to others also. I have already provided the answer, so I am requesting you go through that. But to provide a quick answer, it is impossible for the human to identify these high liquidity zones, especially S_DZ and R_SZ. The reason is it is having dependency to analyze the data from the year 1994 onwards. It's not the backward, it is the forward. From old data to new data, we should do the analysis. It is not from latest data to the old data. That means the algorithm is analyzing from 1994 and reaching till today. During that time, it performs several checks. And finally, when it gets into the latest zone, it will take a decision whether it is a high liquidity zone or not. Such kind of analysis impossible for the human to do. So that is the reason why you have to identify only with the help of our software only. If we don't use our software, you will be missing the S_DZ and R_SZ high liquidity zones. And the next question is, Anshika Kumari, she asked, eagerly wait for your analysis. Sorry, eagerly wait for your lessons. Thank you, and maybe you liked our lessons. That is what you are indicating in this message. And please remember, maybe if you are asking maybe more lessons during the week, because at present I'm publishing only one lesson during the week. I know earlier I promised maybe around two lessons will be there during a week. But why I am taking more time in the recent time is the reason is I realized people are taking more time. Maybe some people are easily able to understand the moment I release the video. That is what I am understanding by seeing some of your comments. But majority of the people are taking more time for understanding the videos. That's why I'm giving enough time. That is one reason. Second reason, I'm also taking more time in preparing the presentation. See, it could be only 30 minutes video or it could be only 1 hour video when I actually present. But preparation, it is taking 3 days time or 4 days time. Sometimes after preparing the presentation, I am not happy with the content. I want to give even more than that. I want to give even more depth. For that again, I need to take some break because my mind would have been exhausted. So I need to think in a fresh way. So I need to restart my mind in a fresh way. That's why what I do, I give a break to my brain for 1 day or 1.5 day or 2 days. Again, I think any important things I missed or anything in the already prepared presentation, anything I can make it even much better. Any new examples I can add. So I get better clarity. Then again, I will finalize the presentation. Finally, once I feel I'm happy with the presentation, then I will start recording. If it is a 1 hour video, the recording will take only 1 hour. Generally, I don't edit the videos because the reason is rather than edit the video, I feel like to, in case any mistakes are there, most of the times I feel like to again repeat the presentation second time, starting from the beginning. In a rare situations only, I do a small edit. I cut the video and remove unnecessarily parts sometimes if I feel. But another problem is if it is a 1 hour video, again I have to listen the video 1 hour again second time. Because sometimes, there is a slippage of words from our mouth. Instead of saying demand zone, I may say supply zone. Instead of saying supply zone, I may say demand zone. That happens. If it is a daily high liquidity zone analysis, I will ignore because I don't spend time for any edit or any re-recording. I expect because all the experienced people only mostly are who are already having already completed supply demand zones, they listen. Even if there is any slippage from my mouth, if it instead of demand zone, if I say supply zone, still you will understand. Still you will realize, okay, it is maybe slippage of word. And you will, because you know that, because you already got experience. Even though I say supply zone, you will treat that as a demand zone. But those people who are learning, they can't take like that because they are learning first time. When I say supply zone, they will treat, instead of demand zone, if I say supply zone, they will treat that as a supply zone only. They won't be in a position to correct that. So that is the reason why training lessons, after recording, again I have to listen the whole presentation to check if there is any slippage of the words. If there is any slippage of the words, again I have to re-record the video. So that way sometimes it will take some time, but recent time, I am spending more time for preparing the presentations to provide you the maximum depth in that subject. So please bear with me. I know I'm supposed to release 2 videos in a week, but at present I'm releasing only 1 video in a week. But anyway, in another 2 sessions, mostly we will be completing our second phase of the training program, and then we will get into third phase. Third phase, anyway, every week I have to release only 1 video only. Because people has to understand the strategies, practice a lot, and apply them in the real markets. Okay, the next question is Guru SS commented, I sir, thanks for the time in explaining the concepts very well. One request, is it possible to generate stocks which closes inside weekly and monthly high liquidity zone. For swing traders, it helps to fine tune further and take entry, since we will not be able to spend much time during trading hours. See, that is the reason why what I am doing. Every week I am releasing special videos on a weekly time frame. End of the month, I am releasing a monthly video. So in that video, I am generating stocks near the weekly demand and supply zones. I am generating stocks closed inside the demand and supply zones, and also tested zones during that week, and newly created stocks having any newly created demand and supply zones. This is the list I am publishing every week. So please go through that. There won't be much changes during the week. Of course, some stocks may enter inside. That is stocks near demand and supply zones. Anyway, I am providing you that list. From that list only, you will be able to find the stocks which entered inside the zone. So weekly once I am releasing. I know I have given a break in between some time, but for the last 2 weeks, again I started publishing weekly zone videos. Even yesterday also I published. And all the weekly related videos you can find in the playlist. We have a separate playlist for weekly supply demand zones. Hope that information will be useful to you. But the only difference is you asked stocks which closes inside week. High liquidity zones you asked. Now I am not showing you only high liquidity zones. I am showing complete list, but there is a column called zone column in the report. In that column, if you look into that zone, you will understand whether it is a high liquidity zone or normal zone. That is the only extra time you need to spend. See, hardly how many stocks you get. Some 25 or maximum 30 stocks closed inside the zone. Just quickly go through that column. You will understand what are all the high liquidity zones or supply zones. And the next one is Mohanty asked, wow, simply great, sir. I salute your dedication to teach. I am learning a lot from your course contents. Thank you for what you are doing. Thank you very much, Mohanty. All your appreciations are always give a lot of energy to me. Every time when I reach, every time when I read such kind of messages, definitely that gives me the energy. Thank you. And the next question. This is one already I addressed in the presentation. From the presentation, it is there. This question is also there, both the questions. So I read somewhere that being able to teach a complex topic with so much ease that even a child could understand is an art. In order to execute such an art, you need to first be a God level artist. You are an artist. Okay, thank you. Your appreciation is always at the peak levels. I understood. If you feel very happy, your appreciation always, what to say, it is at the top level. Okay, thank you for the appreciation. But one point I want to tell about this video. See, this is lesson 12.2.1. Actually, in lesson 12, I am supposed to give this explanation first. After recording the lesson 12 and published, I realized maybe some people might feel plex in understanding the concept like location, because location is a very important concept. Location means curve. Curve or location, both are same. So that's why I realized immediately what I did. I have released this video, I recorded and I released it as a 12.2.1. But actually it is supposed to be the 12.1. Please remember, this is supposed to be the 12.1. First people should listen this video and then they should listen 12.1. But the reason why I released it as a 12.2.1 is by the time I already recorded 12.1 and released it, and then I realized, after that I realized maybe I would have given more explanation to make you understand. Actually, this is a very important video for all those struggle to understand the concept, location or curve. First, they should listen this video. This is, I think, already addressed this in the presentation. I think some more questions he asked are there. Continuation. No. I think these questions are not addressed. Sorry. Let me read. As ITF is used for identifying the trend, do we still need to draw supply demand zones for ITF? This is about drawing demand and supply zones at ITF. Because ITF is only for trend. But what about HTF? Location, that is curve. That's why we need to draw monthly demand zone and monthly supply zone. What about LTF? That is our entry level. Definitely we have to draw demand zone and supply zone for identifying the entry, for identifying the stop loss, for identifying your target. And obviously you identify your RR also. So for that LTF zones are required. But ITF, we said it is the place only for identifying the trend. Why we need to draw demand and supply zones? Yes, as per this chapter, which chapter? Lesson 12.1. As per this chapter, you don't require to draw demand and supply zones at ITF time frame. But next chapters, you will be learning price direction. In price direction, ITF demand and supply zones are very important. Based on that only we will measure the price direction. That is the reason why ITF also we should draw demand and supply zones. In the third phase of the training, you will be learning a concept called top-down analysis. In top-down analysis, in all the time frames, we have to draw the demand and supply zones. Then only you will be able to do top-down analysis. Not only in top-down analysis in the next third phase, but in the current training program, in lesson 16, you will be learning fine-tuning the zone. For fine-tuning the zone also from higher time frame till all the 5 minutes level, you need to draw the demand and supply zones. Otherwise, fine-tuning is not possible. Inside higher time frame, ITF zone you have to draw. Inside ITF zone, you have to draw LTF. Below LTF, if there is a further time frame, 5 minutes or 15 minutes are there. Again, inside those LTF zone, you have to draw 15 minutes. Inside 15, you have to 5 minutes. So that is the reason why it's better to practice from now onwards drawing all the time frame zones. Even though it is not required for lesson 12, it is not required. But next upcoming lessons it is required. Now itself, if you spend maybe another 5 minutes extra time. If you already get perfection in drawing the zones, it will not take more than 1 minute in drawing, in identifying and drawing ITF demand and supply zones. See, once you are practicing more, automatically you will be trained. Immediately your eyes will trace, okay, this is the immediate demand zone, this is the immediate supply zone. It won't take just some seconds time or maximum 1 minute time. Okay, so this is the question as ITF. And next question, this is the one below. I think let me read all the three here itself. As ITF is used for identifying the trend, do we still need to draw? This is the one I already addressed, this one, right? Then what is the above, sir? If you find two supply zones, HTF, on above other, that is not LOL. That means what you are saying is we have a supply zone with some gap. On the top, one more supply zone is there. That is what he is asking. If that is the case, then which one to be considered? The nearest to the current candle or the higher one? No. Always you have to consider the near to the current candle. If that zone is violated, then only you have to go the next above that whatever zone is there, then only you have to get into that. Why like that? Because supply zone, institutional pending orders will be there. They may not be letting your prices go further. They will be pushing down. If that is the case, the one above your current supply zone never get a chance to get execution. When that will get the chance, if the one nearest to your price, whichever supply zone is there, if that is violated only, the next one will get a chance. Until then, it won't get the chance. That's the reason why, whether it is the ITF or whether it is the HTF or even whether it is your LTF, always you look for near to the price, what is the most recent demand zone and what is the most recent supply zone. That is only you will look in your analysis. The one above and below you don't use. Maybe for reference purpose you can draw in your charts. No, nothing wrong in that drawing. But in your analysis part you won't consider that. If you consider that, you know what happens? Your trend calculations, everything will be changed. When on the top of that, the second supply zone, when it will reach, if the first one is violated. If first one is violated, immediately trend will be changed. Your price directions will be changed. Many changes will come. And the one below will get zone achievement. So many things will happen. Zone violation. So that's why you should not assume anything until it is really violated. Otherwise, to your current price, what is the nearest demand zone, what is the nearest supply zone, always you will consider only those zones for your analysis purpose. Hope you got the clarity. Sir, I have a general, this one I already answered this question in the presentation, the first question. Okay, now let's go. What is Pawan Kumar? Please show great setup on charts also. Will be useful to learn and grow. This is a bullish trade setup and bearish trade setup. See, already when I explained this bullish trade setup and bearish trade setup as part of our training lessons, I think in lesson 13, if I am not wrong, lesson 13 or 14, there in the exercise sessions, I have already given charts. So what you have to do, you have to go through those lessons. Whatever the charts I have drawn, first you use the same charts and practice. After that, from these NeoStock reports, take the zones, because there you have a leg in, when there is a leg in, when there is a leg out, how many base candles are there, all the information is available. So with that data, now you draw the zones on your own. That way you will be able to practice. Then go to the higher time frame, ITF time frame, HTF time frame. There you draw the zones, you identify. Otherwise, how you will practice? What is that I explained in the first question today in this presentation? Many people are struggling because they are not practicing. They are asking the other person to draw the zones. That means I am getting practice. When I draw more and more charts, I get more and more experience. When you are going to get experience? You may ask, I am a beginner. At least few charts you have to draw. That is what you can ask. That is what I already did in our training lessons, in the practical sessions. if you would not have attended those practical sessions, definitely it is a problem for you. That's why I'm asking everyone to go through our NeoStock training lessons, even though you land demand and supply zone somewhere outside. Because here the course content is something different from what you learned already earlier. Some new concepts we have identified here, like price direction, when a zone will be violated. All these are all very, very important concepts. So without these concepts, you may not be able to identify the zones, proper zones, or proper trades. That's why you have to go through the training lessons. And in the training lessons, bullish trade setup and bearish trade setup for MIT and WIT, I have given the examples. So please go through the examples. Whether I give one example or whether I give 10 examples, the procedure is same. It doesn't change anything. Because it is a recorded video, it will be there forever in the YouTube. So anytime same example, you can again go through second time or third time until you understand. After that, you will try to draw on your own. Apart from that, I'm already every day I'm showing you high liquidity zones in the everyday. But that is about fine tuning the zone. That is the most important concept. Next question. I think this question I already answered. Not required to refer. Ashok Singh commented, video is blur. Yeah, this is actually, I already answered to him, but this is important question for many people. If anybody, these are NeoStock reports. These are all big reports. So much of data is there in the reports, especially the number of columns on the report are a big number. You have many parameters like trend, price direction, zone achievement, pattern, reward, what is the risk. All these things, they have been provided in that particular daily reports. That means the report generated by our software. When you want to read, for some people, sometimes you feel blur. The reason is the video resolution, the YouTube video resolution, you need to set it more resolution. Here, if you click here in the settings, go to the quality. See here, you are seeing quality, right? In the quality, what is the one? It is set 720. Instead of 720, set HD quality. Only first few videos, that is in the month of August and September, whatever the videos I published, maybe first week videos only, you will see a quality up to 720. Because YouTube does not allow initial videos not more than 720 HD quality. But after that, YouTube has given permission because every day we are posting videos. So YouTube has automatically recognized and started supporting HD quality. HD quality means 1080 pixel size. Because while recording this my video, the quality of the video is 1080 pixel resolution. So YouTube is also supporting that. So when the moment you change this quality, just click here. Currently it is showing 720 and 480, but you will be seeing one more option called 1080 pixels. HD will be there on that. So select that. The moment you select, automatically you will not see any blur in the text. With clear quality, whatever the text you are seeing here, the same text you will see as it is. But if you don't set 1080 pixel quality, that is HD quality, whatever the text you are seeing here, that will be visible with the blur only. So that's why my request to everyone, you all must set the video quality as 1080 pixels or HD quality. I call it as HD quality, high definition quality. You won't be seeing any issues the moment you change your YouTube video resolution. Always remember, if you get a blur text means probably in your video settings, the 1080 pixel quality is not selected by the YouTube. Sometimes YouTube, it selects the minimum quality. If you are using a mobile phone to save your mobile data, instead of setting 1080, it will select the least quality. But our reports least quality, you won't see the text properly. And the second request is don't watch these reports from the mobile phones. We are stock market people. We need a big monitor. Worst case, not the best case. Worst case, use your laptop monitor. That is 16 point, 16.4 or 16.5. Okay, whatever it is. That is the minimum. But that is also I am not recommending. Use a bigger monitor. See, my laptop, I am having the 16-inch monitor. But still, I took a 29-inch monitor and I connected by using HD cable. Because I realized that a 16-inch monitor is not good enough for analyzing the stocks, and at least we need a better clarity when we are analyzing the charts. Some people even they connect to their televisions. That is even much bigger. That is maybe 42-inch your monitors will be there. But the only problem with televisions is if you sit very close to the television, your eyes will get damaged very soon. That problem. So be careful. Okay, next one is I already addressed these questions. Not required for the others. Maybe useful to some other people. This is international. Actually, I addressed this question in the training lessons also. What he said is what is the residual candle for markets having 24 hours trading, like currency markets? Because some of you people will trade in the forex market. It is a 24 hours market. There won't be any residual candle. The reason is when you divide 24 hours divided by 6, you will get a 4-hour candle. 6 4-hour candles you will get. It is divided even by with 2 hour you will get 12 candles. 2 hours candles you will get. If you divide it by 1, you will get 24 1-hour candles. There won't be any residual candles. There are 0 residual candles. So no issues at all for you. But the only thing is you need to adjust your DIT trades, hourly income trades with different intervals. Because you are getting more candles, you can't go with whatever the rules we are applying for our Indian stock market. So what you do, you instead of going for 2 hours, you go for 4 hours in DIT trade. In DIT daily, instead of 75 is equivalent to 1 hour. Instead of 75 minutes, you go for 4 hours. And then 1 hour. Your LTF is 1 hour, your ITF is 4 hours, and your HTF is daily. That way you can fine tune your income trade models. But in our course, whatever I explained is only for Indian equity market. The income trade models I have explained. But other markets easily with this knowledge easily you can define your own models, your customized models. Next one, Vinod, great knowledge on your channel. Thank you, Vinod. Thank you. Next, Muhammad said, thank you. Thank you, Muhammad. Thanks for your appreciation. Next one, Kishore has written, with your permission, can we create a Telegram group? Purpose of this group is for discussion and learning. Actually, it's a good question. The reason why I'm saying it is a good question, previously once I suggested you people form as a groups, small groups with your friends, because outside people you may not be knowing. So with your friends, you form as a group, small groups, and you study and you discuss among yourself, and then analyze the charts as a group collectively. You debate, and that way you gain the best knowledge. That is what I suggested as part of our first phase of the training. I think in lesson 10, if I am not wrong, in lesson 10, the last lesson in our first phase of the training, I recommended the best way to get success in trading market. Always group discussion. But my suggestion is, within your friends, you form as a group. Suppose if your friends are not aware of stock market, then you encourage them because you're already learning this course. If you feel this lesson is useful to them, you encourage them, let them learn. If any doubts are there in the initial stage, you clarify those doubts. You try to clarify. That way you get better knowledge. Still, if you are also not in a position to clarify, put them in the comment section. I will be helping you. That way you build the group. But what you are expecting is, you are expecting to create a group from the public. Public means from our NeoStock subscribers or other subscribers, from outside people. The problem is, I will ask you a simple question. Will you be in a position to tell how many genuine subscribers are there in the current existing list? Will you be in a position to tell how many fake subscribers are there in the existing list? Will you be in a position to tell how many spam people will be there in this list? Spam. Next question, same question. Now instead of spam, now I am saying scam. Will you be in a position to tell how many scam people will be there in our subscribers? You may not be knowing, right? Even I may not be knowing. Why I didn't create public group? This is the reason. I created only channel. I created only channel for one-side communication because especially I want to avoid fake people, scammers and spammers. First of all, do you know why I created this NeoStock YouTube channel? I didn't have any intention to create this channel. I never thought of providing this free training. My intention was I developed a software and I need to share my knowledge to the people so that it will be helpful to our Indian retail traders. This was my intention earlier. When I searched in the Telegram groups, I found one supply demand zone group earlier. This happened almost some 2.5 years back. I think it is in the year 2021. More than 2.5 years. I say 2.5 years back, I identified one group there. It is a group, it is not a channel. I joined in that channel at that time. I have the software. I thought my reports will be useful to them. Every day I was generating the reports and I am publishing in that group. That's it. But what I expected, people should discuss, analyze the charts, interact with each other, and find the right trades that will be useful for the next trading day. This was my intention. When I am publishing every day, but at the same time I was also doing a lot of changes in the software also at the time. A lot of improvements. At the time, already my high liquidity zone algorithm is not completed, that is under progressing at that time. So when I was doing that, people are not in a position to use any of those reports. Most of the time people used to ask me, how to get our software, how to get our software. See, sometimes we are also seeing, right, those questions, how to get our software. That's why in Q&A-1 I clearly explained about what exactly this software. Then after listening, you people realized. But new members, they may not know about this Q&A-1 session. Immediately they get into the channel, the first question they ask, how to get the software. It's not how to get the software, how to use the software. How best we have to use the software the results produced by the software. How to get the maximum profit with the help of the results I am producing every day and publishing at our channel. That is what I am expecting from you people. Same thing I expected in that group also. People should not focus on how to get the software. People should focus on how to use the software and get more profits with the help of the software reports. But unfortunately, nobody has shown interest. But one or two people are having, like, what is his name? Kishore. So similar, probably little similar kind of interest one or two people in that group are having. They took an initiation. They created a WhatsApp group. I was also part of that group. When he asked, that person uh, told the people in that Telegram group, I'm creating a group. The goal is only people having good knowledge on supply demand zone price action should join, and they have to every day analyze the charts. They have to publish in the groups. We will debate on those charts, and then we will identify right trades. That way, with good intention, he started a group, and few members with good intention joined in that group, and few people with bad intention also joined in that group. Why I am saying bad intention? Their goal is not about demand and supply zone. Their goal is not about analyzing the charts. Their goal is something else. Something they want to spam, or something they want to advertise about themselves. Something they want to talk beyond the concepts not related to supply demand zone at all. And finally, what happened? The objective of that group is failed. This is what happened when you interact with the public who are not aware of them. You never know their real intentions. Might be good. They might be having, some people are having good intentions. Some people are having bad intentions. Some people are having totally different intentions. Finally, I fed up with all these things. I came out of both those Telegram group and that WhatsApp groups. Because one day what happens, people also start criticizing you when you object somebody. Same thing happened to me also. When one person is talking with a different intention, and every time he used to criticize me. The moment I keep a report, he used to criticize. But is he having good knowledge on supply demand zone? No, not perfection. That is what I understood from the kind of argument once we had. I can't waste my time by interacting with the people. Maybe tomorrow same thing you will also feel. That's why I didn't respond to your question. I already received your question through some other person. He told me that you are requesting for a group. I think some 3 weeks back something I got. But why I kept quiet, this is the reason. I don't want you get into the trap and you will get caught in managing the group and resolving the issues among the people. Your time will be wasted and total your objective will be, it will fail. That is the reason why I requested, because I know all these issues. That's why in lesson 10 itself, I never suggested you people form as a group and discuss. I never gave that advice. What is the advice I give? You interact with your friends because you know them. They are your friends. If they are not aware of demand and supply zone, encourage them to learn. Anyway, we have all these training lessons are available. And it will be there in the YouTube forever. Because you are not giving a bad suggestion to your friends. You are giving the best suggestion today. Because demand and supply zone is the best trading strategy we are using in the current market. Moreover, it is the most recent concept compared to the other concepts, other price action or technical analysis concepts. And it is working very well. The only thing you have to do, you should convince your friends if they are not into stock market but having some interest, but not really, you convince them. Ask them to attend the lessons. Give them assurance. If they have any doubts, you will clarify personally. Definitely, after completing the course, they will meet your expectations. Then you create a group with your friends. Start analyzing the charts. Have a group discussion. That way, your analysis will be the perfect. And you, along with your friends, you people will get best profits. I mean, good profits. That's why in lesson 10 itself, I gave the suggestion form as a group with your friends, not unknown people who are not aware. Because we never know what kind of people are there in this group. You never know what kind of intentions they are having in their mind. That's why I didn't create a Telegram group. I created only Telegram channel. It is a one-way communication. Why I am not sharing my contact number? Because I can't engage you people. That is what I told in Q&A 1 session. Why I shared only my LinkedIn account? You will send a message. Whenever I get some time, at least I can reply. If I give a calling number, every time during suddenly I'm in a trade, I'm watching the stock. If somebody calls and disturbs, what happens to my trade? It will be disturbed. I'm recording your video. All of a sudden I get a call. What happens? My concentration will be disturbed and your presentation will be not up to the mark. That's why I'm not in a position to talk to any of you people. But at least whenever I get a time, I'll be in a position to answer your question. For me, the best option is the communication chat facility should be there, but there should not be any calling facility. So that's why I found LinkedIn is the best. Moreover, LinkedIn is a professional network. And moreover, LinkedIn algorithms are very strong. Easily, it will identify spammers and scammers. And moreover, LinkedIn also will strictly trace their IP addresses. If anybody do any scam or spam, their IP addresses will be easily traced. So that's why I found this is the safest, and finally I decided at least to share that ID with you people. So that's why after Q&A 1 session, I shared my LinkedIn ID at our Telegram channel. You are all aware of that, especially those who gone through Q&A session 1. Hope you understand why I am not currently supporting Telegram group. Hope you got clarity. Now it is your responsibility to find your friends, your close associates. Need not be friends, but your close associates within your relatives or anyone, but known people. Share our training program. Ask them to study. Any doubt, give them assurance. You give them assurance. If any doubts, I will clarify your doubts. You give them assurance. Then definitely they will show some interest. After that, your team will work according to your expectations. And this is my advice not only for Kishore, this is the same advice applicable to everyone who is having similar kind of question. Hope you understood why I am against Telegram groups. Not only Telegram, even WhatsApp group, Telegram group. Because I have experienced, I had a better experience already in the past. Maybe because of that experience, today I created this channel and never thought of providing any training to you, but some point maybe by seeing some of your questions during the month September, in the month September. Because in the last week of August, we created this channel, or first week of September. I didn't remember exactly. But that time, by seeing some of your questions, you asked me in the comment sections, that made me realize maybe it's better to provide training to you guys. Otherwise, there won't be any use for the reports I am generating. If your quality of knowledge is not good, whatever the superior software I develop, there won't be any use for that. When my software will get value addition? If you are in a position to use that software, then only it gets the value addition. But your knowledge is not good, but trying to use my software, how do you use? What benefit you will get? You won't. That's why I realized that point and then decided, okay, what is there in providing? I need to spend some 3 to 4 months my time to prepare presentations. So I have to invest some of my time. So I prepared for that. Then I started provided this free training. Otherwise, if all your knowledge is good, there won't be any necessity for me to provide this free training program. Every day I would have posted my results and you will be using, and I will be tracking how our high liquidity zones are working. Okay, next let me move on to the next question. How can I get this scanner? I know you are a new guy. See, please go through Q&A-1 session. Q&A-1 session is available in our playlist. Go to in our channel. Go to the playlist. In the playlist, you will find Q&A, question and answer session, Q&A. Click on that. From Q&A-1 session till this session will be available in that playlist. So go to Q&A-1 session. Q&A-1 session, please listen everything what I explained. Then you will understand. You will understand the reality. Then you will understand the scanner is really required, or the reports I am generating, that itself is enough for you to get very good profits. You will also realize, if I really provide the scanner, how much money you have to spend. But will you be in a position to spend that money? You may not be. If that is the case, the best thing is whatever the free reports you are getting every day. Even if you generate, you get the same reports. Even if I generate, you get the same reports. But now without any money, you are able to get the reports. So please, I request you, what is his name? Yash. Yash, Mr. Yash, please listen Q&A-1 video. This question I think we already required. Next one is Sriram Sudarshan commented, a very interesting and informative video. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sriram. Thanks for your appreciation. Because always I need all your appreciations. That is only it gives me energy. Guys, remember, your appreciations are always gives a lot of energy to me. Otherwise, by this time, I would have closed this channel. Every day spending too many hours. Evening 3:30, I start. Morning, last video around maybe 9 or 9:30, I will be publishing. By that time, see how much time I am spending. Every day when I am doing same routine thing, sometimes I am getting frustration also. Why unnecessarily I started this channel? That kind of feeling I get sometimes. That time, I go to the comment section and I will read your comments, and immediately it motivates me and it gives me some energy. And next question, I couldn't read properly his name. Okay, fine. Sir, good evening, sir. I am Sudhir. Okay, Sudhir. I have one question. If my ITF is daily and HTF is weekly, can I consider 125-minute zone as a LTF instead of 75-minute zone? Basically, he is asking about WIT trade. HTF is weekly, ITF is daily. LTF, it can be either 75 minutes or it can be 125 minutes. That is what I clearly explained. That is the answer also I have given. I explained it clearly in lesson 15.1, income trades. But in which lesson you are asking? Lesson 17.2 you are asking. That means if you get into lesson 17.2, that indicates you might have already completed lesson 15.1. Then what did you learn from lesson 15.1? Are you guys really going through these presentations properly? Some people are attending the videos 10 times and 15 times, still they are showing a lot of interest to learn every point at minute level. But if you are ignoring important concepts and jumping to the next concepts, how do you get perfection in your subject? After seeing your question, actually I got a doubt. Did I miss anything in my lesson 15? I went back to the lesson 15 and I checked, did I explain the 75 and 125 or not? When I see the presentation, it is there. I myself got a doubt by seeing your question. In lesson 15.1, I clearly specified for every income trades, I clearly explained what is HTF, what is ITF, and what is LTF. In a weekly income trade, your LTF zone, either it can be 125 minutes or it can be 70. You can use either one. But 75 is the most commonly used by most of the people for Indian stock market. See, what is 75 minutes? It is equivalent to 1 hour. And what is 125 minutes? It is equivalent to 2 hours. So in weekly income trade, your LTF zone could be either a 2-hour zone or it can be 1-hour zone. Either one you can use. The logic also explained in that. How many minimum candles we can take, how many maximum candles we can take between one time frame to another time frame. All those points I explained in this lesson. I gave you the background reasons also why we are selecting these time frames based on number of candles from ITF to LTF. How many candles? Minimum how many should be there? Maximum how many should be there? And both 75 and 125 minutes are supporting both the conditions. It is supporting both the conditions. The minimum criteria or maximum criteria, within that it is supporting both. So that is the reason why for your weekly income trade, that is HTF is weekly, ITF is daily, and in your LTF, either you can use 125 minutes because you get 3 candles. That is the minimum criteria. And 75 minutes, you get 5 candles. That is the maximum criteria. If it is 24 hours market, even you can consider 6 candles also. Within 3 to 6 candles. That is international markets. Actually, this is a repeat question. So some other people also asked the same question. Next question, Rishi K. Will AU come to the demand zone or did it touch the demand zone and planned for reversal? Which one? This is high liquidity zone. See, in high liquidity zones, the rule is already explained. Previously also, someone asked this question recently. See, in high liquidity zones, if you don't get the trade today, leave the stock. If the same stock is again displayed in the next day's report, then you consider it. If it is missed from our next day's report, ignore that stock. How long you have to ignore? Until again in future, after some time, after few days, once again our software identifies near the zone. Always you give priority to today's generated, whatever the reports generated today, only in tomorrow's trading only you have to use. Day after tomorrow trading, you should not use these zones. Tomorrow report, whatever we are generating, that report only you have to use in day after tomorrow. But not today's report, you should not use day after tomorrow. Hope you got the clarity. That's why AU is applicable only on that day. It doesn't mean it doesn't work day after tomorrow. It may work, provide your trend, location, price action, and other supply demand zone parameters, everything supports, then definitely you can take the trade, even in day after tomorrow. But in high liquidity zones, most of the time, not even bothered about considering the trend, considering the location, considering the price direction. We are ignoring all these things and we are planning our trades. Just confidence, it is a high liquidity, that's it. Not only that, one more point, most important point, fine tuning the zone until 5 minutes. If the price structures are good, then we are simply taking trades and it is giving us an average of 6.1% ROA. Every day we are getting that. And success rate is also, we got up to 85% success rate is there so far. My expectation is 80% success rate. Until today, we have completed 195 trades, high liquidity trades, starting from the month October. Just today morning only I looked into the Excel sheet. I have updated that with our Friday's data. So out of these 195, we have 80%, 85% success rate is there. Only 15%, say out of 195, say let us say it's close to 200. Let us keep a round figure. That means out of 200 trades, only 30 trades are stopped out. 170 trades we got success in the last 4 months. How we are trading? Just ignoring the trend, ignoring the price direction, ignoring the location. Only fine tuning the zone. And the zone type is high liquidity zone. That's it. Hope you got the clarity. And the next question is MSS. Sir, most informative video. Thanks a lot. Thank you, MSS. Thank you once again. Trying traders, sir, I have a question. I'm studying your course on demand and supply zone and lesson 9.3 currently. Do I need to take any classes additionally after this course? Which classes? Is it demand and supply zone or some other courses you are referring? I don't know. I personally found your course to be thorough, but will I still need to take any additional paid courses on this? Is should be more than sufficient. Need your guidance. See, I'm not sure what exactly is there in our mind. Are you talking about demand and supply zone or some other courses? I don't know. If it is some other courses, probably if you feel in some other area also you need to build your skills, definitely you have to plan. Because I am not the right person to say you should learn only this, you should not learn the other things. I cannot. Because I am the one using technical analysis from the year 2003. Actually 2002. Okay, from 2003 onwards, actively we participated in trading and all. Before that, around 1 year we studied. That is self-study. I formed a group. Like see today how I gave an advice. With your known members, you form a group. So in 2002, I did the same. With the known members, friends, some relatives, we formed a group. I think I explained it in Q&A 1 session, if I am not wrong. So 1 year we studied, self-study. We did a lot of, at the time there are no trainers like taking the money, giving training, such kind of things were not there. Maybe, might be there, but not what you are seeing today. So everything, we have Google, already we are into the software. By the time we know about how to get the information from the Google, we have experience on that. So formed a group, searched a lot of information, studied, like we had presentations, brainstorming sessions, discussing every day what we learned. Every weekends I used to get the time because weekdays I was busy with my work in my office. So we like that we studied for 1 year, build good knowledge on technical analysis, and then started trading. So during this process, I studied a lot and parallelly then whatever, because I'm into the software, parallelly started developing the software for what some prototypes we developed. After that in 2008, I started one software company. There we studied so much on technical analysis. That is a different story. But finally, what happened? I realized the demand and supply zone is the best, that is giving more accurately compared to all other concepts I have learned so far. Even if you look into NeoStock software, there are so many features I developed in this software. But why I'm showing you only demand and supply zone? Why I'm not generating other reports? I can generate other reports also. I can generate the stocks that hit the RSI or that hit the signal in MACD or stochastic indicator, whatever signals generated, I can generate. Bollinger Bands, whatever signals I can generate. Everything I developed, whatever I studied, everything I developed software. Many things are there. Explorer is there here. Whichever you select, it will analyze the stocks and it will give you the results. Moreover, within few seconds, we will get the results for all those indicators. Demand and supply zone is complicated. It is taking 8 minutes time for analyzing the data and finalize the results, demand and supply zone. The same thing if I give for the same data, if I give it to RSI or MACD, in just a fraction of a second, it will display the report. But why I am not generating those reports? Because I realized supply and demand zone is giving in a perfect way. It has the best risk management in this system. So that is the reason why I am concentrating on this. This is my experience. It doesn't mean there are no other concepts other than demand and supply zone. There could be many other several concepts also might be there, but maybe I didn't experience in them. If I would have experienced, maybe I would have compared demand and supply zone or some other concepts. But today, why I limited myself to demand and supply zone? Because I felt whatever the best I'm expecting, I'm getting from this concept. But when it comes to you, you are a learner. Maybe you might be a young guy. You want to learn so many things. So when you want to learn anything, okay, learn. I'm not the right person to tell you what to learn and what not to learn. But I am the right person to tell you demand and supply zone is good or not good. Compare it to other indicators, is it good or not? That is what I can tell you. That's why I stick to demand and supply zone. And moreover, I am not the right person to give you the advice also, what to study and what not to study. Because I am not a SEBI registered. I am a software guys. That's why I'm just only for that's why I'm not even giving any recommendations also. Buy in this stock at this price. I'm not telling you. I am telling you people find yourself. Because I am not a registered person, I don't have authorization to tell you where to buy, where to sell, where to exit. But what I am doing, whatever the software is generating, the software results we are producing. This is not the human, machine is doing. One way you can say, maybe I am just promoting my software by letting you people know about the results given by the software. But I am not giving advice. I am only promoting the software. Maybe you can think in that direction. Even I argue in that direction. Every day by producing, I'm promoting. Every day I'm analyzing the results given by the software. I'm promoting my software. During the promotion, whether how it is useful to you, whether you are making money or not, I'm not responsible for that. The reason is you are analyzing the stocks. You are finding the exact entry. You are finding the exact stop loss. You are finding the exact target. But what I did, I provided training on supply demand zone. What for I did that? Not for trading purpose, for educational purpose. If it is trading purpose, I should have been a SEBI registered. But I am not SEBI registered. That's why I am not giving you any recommendations. But I am giving you the skill. The skill I am having experience. I am sharing the skill. Anybody can share their experience and the skill. Not for the trading purpose, but education purpose. That is what I am doing. But what you have to study, what you should not study, I am not the right person because I am not SEBI registered. So that's why I'm not in a position to tell you what to learn and what to not to learn. Probably you have to approach a SEBI registered guy and take a advice from them. What kind of trading related courses you have to learn, whether it is useful or not. They are the right people, because I cannot put my leg in their what to say, in their domain, because I have limitations. Within my limitations, whatever I can do, I am doing that at my best level. That is what I am feeling. So hope you understand why I am not in a position to give you the right advice, what you are expecting from me. But what I can tell, demand and supply zone is a very good approach. From my side, I felt it comfortable. For improving your education point of view, knowledge point of view, whatever the knowledge I am having, I am sharing with you guys. That's why you all must understand whatever the activity I am doing at the NeoStock channel, only for the educational purpose and promotion of my software, not related to your trading related activities. I never recommend any stocks to you because I am not an authorized SEBI registered person. It is my disclaimer. Hope you all understand. Now let's move on to the next question. Pankaj commented best series. Thank you, Pankaj. Thank you. Next question, JJ Bhakti Music. Sir, there is a supply zone. Okay, I already addressed your question. I already addressed your question in the beginning of this Q&A session. The third question in the beginning, in the PowerPoint presentation. Next question, Muhammad said, hello sir, can I take a trade if ITF trend is in favor, but LTF trend is against, or if anticipated LTF trend is against? I already answered to this question, but same question also useful to the other members. What is the answer I have given? In general, trend is based on the ITF. But in bullish or bearish trade setup, we are also using HTF as a supportive. But mainly trend always we focus on ITF. And we don't bother about LTF trend in general. But in reality, trend changes if you think from the other direction. When trends are changing, how trend changes will start? Always trend changes starts from the lower time frame. See, currently lower time frame trend is at bullish. Now stocks are falling down. Now lower time frame trend, from uptrend it will change to sideways. After that, one more LTF zone is violated, then the trend will be changed to downtrend. Now prices enter into ITF demand zone. Let us assume there is a ITF demand zone. Now generally what happens in ITF demand zone? The price direction again it will change, because the pending orders in the weekly zone. I assume your ITF is weekly, LTF is daily. So ITF zone again it will push the prices up. So obviously when it is pushing prices up, your LTF trend will be changed from downtrend to sideways. After that again from sideways to uptrend. So this is what happens in general. But there is another possibility is also there. Now, once it gets into the ITF, there is another possibility. Your ITF zone also will be violated. At the time, your LTF trend is downtrend at that time, but ITF trend is uptrend, let us assume. Now ITF trend is zone is violated. Now ITF trend is changed to sideways. This possibility is also there. When ITF trend is changed to sideways, you don't trade. When you will trade, as long as ITF zone is not violated, you will be trading. When your trade will be failed, the moment when ITF trend is violated. At the time, you might have taken a trade on the demand zone. That demand zone will be you will hit the stop loss. Your trade will be spoiled. So because these kind of risks are there, what we did, we introduced a concept called price direction. Price direction, at least it will save some of those scenarios. Price direction also, there is a possibility. When ITF zone is violated, again price direction will be changed towards the next demand zone. But that is a rare situations. But majority of the situations you will get profits. Rare situation you will get the losses. That you have to bear. Just because of one situation you get losses, you cannot ignore 99 situations where you get the profits. Most of the time what we do, we forget about the 99 positive scenarios and we focus only on one negative scenario. So the point you have to understand, we never bother about LTF price direction, if LTF trend, if price direction supports, even if LTF trend is downtrend or even if LTF trend is sideways, we will take our trades because our trend is always on the ITF. But we will avoid the trades when prices are moving towards the ITF zone. From ITF supply zone to ITF demand zone, when prices are moving, at the time price reached a demand zone. Trend is uptrend, but price direction is not supporting. That's why we don't take the trade. How long we don't take? Until price direction changes. So basically price direction is giving confidence. If price direction is in favor of the trend, we take the trade. If price direction is, I'm talking about ITF price direction. ITF price direction is not in favor of the trend. That means ITF price direction is towards down, from top to down. Then we don't take the trade. I'm talking about long trades. Hope you got the clarity. Always remember, trend is only ITF, not LTF. Sometimes we trade against the trend also. That is counter trend mechanism that we discussed during our advanced sessions. Next question. Mustaq asked, sir, how you find high liquidity? I don't get it, please. See, high liquidity zones we will identify with the help of the software, not manually. Okay, first of all, what are high liquidity zones? If that is your question, please go to NeoStock terminology playlist. I repeat again, NeoStock terminology playlist. Even in one of the earlier Q&A session, I addressed this question. Please go to that video, go to the video description and check for the questions. I think not before, the one before that I have provided. I didn't remember exactly, but in the Q&A, in the video description, you will find the questions. So from there also, I shown you how to find the videos that are currently I explained about high liquidity zones. The best is go to the playlist supply demand zone, NeoStock terminology, not supply demand zone. Go to the playlist, NeoStock terminology playlist. There is search for high liquidity. Automatically you get all the videos that are supporting high liquidity. If not, I will explain about high liquidity very soon after completing the next two training lessons. After that, I will give a special session about high liquidity. Probably lesson 20 or lesson 21. One of these lessons I will talk about high liquidity. Next comment from Pankaj. Booked profit today. Excellent, Pankaj. Actually, this is what I'm expecting from you people. Because all these days we are publishing the results. But how you people are getting benefited when you are doing trade, especially the high liquidity zones. If not high liquidity zones, if it is DIT trade or if it is not DIT, what I mean, it is swing trades, WIT trades or monthly income trades. Because we are recently, from 1st of February, we have started publishing bullish and bearish trade setups. If anybody took a trade, so whatever the profits are, maybe even if it is stopped out, stopped out. If we publish the results, we'll get a chance to know how we are able to make use of the results given by our NeoStock software. So thank you, Pankaj. Let me congratulate you, because for me the most happiest comments is not appreciating me, but the most happiest. See, appreciation is always a happy comments. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the most happiest comments. The moments you say, this is the profit what I got. Maybe it is a small profit or big profit, that doesn't make me any difference. For me, profit is a profit. Whether you got 50 rupees profit or whether you got 5 lakhs profit, I don't really bother about that. Both I treat the same way. But profit is a profit. Maybe today you get a small profit, but this experience, maybe next year, you may get 10 times more than this profit. The moment you keep on getting profits continuously, okay, first profit is always an encouragement to you. Maybe next 2-3 profits will build your confidence. But if you are maintaining consistency in getting profits, see, there are definitely sometimes our orders has to be stopped out. Definitely we get stopped out orders. But profit ratio, profit trades should be more compared to stopped out trades. That means you are using your skills in a proper direction. I'm very happy to see this message. I already replied earlier, but I have to convey this my happiness to, I have to share my happiness to our other members also, so that it will be motivating them. So they will also take a step forward and do participate actively in their trading activities. And next question, Sankarshana. Really valuable info. Thank you, Sankarshana. Thank you very much. Next question from Nisha. Sir, I too booked the trade in the same Tata Power after fine tuning the zone to 5 minutes and got a profit of 340 rupees. It is in cash. If I had taken in future, I would have taken a profit around 10K. I am really grateful and thankful to you. Thank you, Nisha. Thank you very much. You are actively participating in the trade. It doesn't matter for me whether you take 340 rupees profit or 10K profit, but any profit is a profit. Maybe today you started practicing with by investing a small amount, but tomorrow, once your confidence goes up, when you keep on getting consistently these profits, you will be getting profits in thousands, thereafter lakhs. That's a further continuation to your further journey. But this is a very good message. And these kind of, see, I already replied to her. But why I am again sharing this happiness with the other members? Because you should also get motivation by seeing these messages. Because I want to appreciate each and everyone in our channel. When it is possible, that is possible when everybody is able to get good profits. And when you get good profits, only when you build your knowledge in a proper way. Okay, currently who are learning the subject for the last 3 to 4 months, probably they need to wait for some more time. Because they need to practice. At least 6 months time one has to plan only for education purpose doing paper trade. And after that, they should actively participate in the trading activities. Always remember, those who are learning first time all these concepts, always plan 6 months time for your learning purpose. In between, you may take few trades. Why you take few trades? Just to check your skills, how they are working. Sometimes you may stop out. Why it is stopped out, you will analyze. That way you get the experience. Sometimes you get best experience after losing some amount. But that amount should not be a big amount. That amount should be a small amount because our risk always we are minimizing. When you get losses, loss should be very minimal. But when you get the profit, your profit should be very good amount of the profit. So my appreciation to you once again. So wish you all the best to both Nisha and Pankaj. Next question, Pankaj, perfect video. Thank you, Pankaj. Next question, Sudhir. Sir, if the HTF is weekly, then can we consider, see, this is the repeat question. I already addressed this question earlier. Yes, for weekly income trade, we can use both 75 and 125. Either one you can use for LTF. Next question, Jasmine asked, how to getting system and template. How to getting system and template. I think this one is the one we discussed in our last Q&A session. That means we have completed all our Q&A sessions. All the questions I addressed. Hope I did not miss any question from this list. I think this is one question I missed. Yeah. How to contact with you. See, please look into Q&A 1 session. There I clearly explain. I updated my LinkedIn contact at our Telegram channel. Just below Q&A 1 video message. Actually, Q&A 1 video message I have published. Below that, I have provided my contact. So please check in our Telegram channel. So please remind me if any of your question is not addressed in this Q&A session. Otherwise, I hope I covered all your questions. Hope this information will be useful to you. Not only for you people, whoever asked these questions, others also, this Q&A session is useful to all the members. If not today, maybe tomorrow, some of you may get a doubt about one of these questions. So that's why my request to everyone, before asking any question in the Q&A, please go through the previous Q&A videos. Need not be the video. At least go to the video description. All the questions will be there. Check if any of your questions are matched in all these videos. If that doesn't match, then you can ask the question. If already I addressed some of the questions in the earlier videos, why unnecessarily you need to put your question, wait for a couple of weeks time until I address your question. Go through the old videos. First check in the old video description. If your question matches, then go through that video. You will get the answer. Okay. Let us all meet again in our next video. Thank you.